Hey everybody, Brian with Vermillion Enterprises. Today is February 14th, 2024. It's Valentine's Day. And we are Vermillion Enterprises, 5324 Spring Hill Drive in sunny, brisk temperature Florida, Central Florida, Spring Hill, Florida. And crazy busy last 2 weeks, insane. Yesterday really got popping with the depression of gold and silver price. And to that note, I wanted to put a video up today. We heard a lot of comments from people both online and also here in the shop that some dealers, other dealers have pulled product or raised their premiums yesterday due to the price going down. So they want to make sure, hey, we're still making this, we're still getting the same amount of money for the items that we're selling. So they were either one, just pull their items off the shelf, so there's no buying it, or two, they raise their premiums to cover the drop in the price of silver, specifically silver. I don't know if they really messed with gold too much, but that's what we heard yesterday on the street. So I'm going to put a video together today of three of our biggest sellers and also a newbie for the week, probably all be gone by the end of the week, and let you know our premiums have not changed. Tim, 90% silver, we are loaded for bear about, I don't know, what is it, February, Tim? Mid-February. For like the last 2 or 3 months, I've been making a big push here in the shop to accumulate as much junk 90 as I can. And so we're loaded pretty high, pretty thick right now in junk 90, dimes, silver quarters, silver half dollars. We got Mercury dimes, we got Roosevelt dimes, Washington quarters, JFK 64s, Ben Franklin's and walking libs. We are buying them still at the spot price of silver plus a quarter and selling them at the spot price plus $1.50 per ounce. We are not raising our premiums on these guys. We're keeping it at the same rate, and we're ready for you. So if you are interested in purchasing junk silver, Tim said silver is just over $22 an ounce right now. Great time to pick it up, and it's available.
It's on sale.
Well, it's not on sale, Tim. It's for sale. So it is 25 cents over is what we're buying it at, and $1.50 is what we're selling it at. And we are ready for you guys. So we got plenty in stock, and this is just what we've got processed. So, and that is what we are processing the most of right now. Silver coins, junk 90, silver eagles, and cold dollars. Literally dealers throughout the area are contacting us almost on a daily basis, even some up north, saying, hey, can you take this stuff? And yesterday it was cold dollars and backdate silver eagles, and I just can't say no at the prices that they're offering it to me at. So we got material coming in left and right, guys, and we want it to go away. So we are not raising our premiums as the price of silver goes down, maintaining it flat. Not that things can't change, but for the time being, at the current price point, we are maintaining our original premiums. To that date, Tim, backdate silver eagles, we're still buying at +2 and selling at plus $3.50 per ounce for solid date BU retail friendly tubes. These are these are all backdates. We're at 24s. We're waiting for a shipment to come in. I thought it was going to be here yesterday. Should be here today, but they're not here yet. So we're waiting on 24s to get back in the shop, but we got plenty of backdates, still buying at +2 and selling at plus $3.50. Literally got this week alone from other dealers, I want to say 8 boxes of backdates in. So we got plenty of it for you guys and gals out there in YouTube land, or if you want to stop here in the shop and pick them up, they're available. And Tim, cold dollars. This is all the cold dollars that came in from dealers yesterday that we get to process, I don't know, in the next week or two, hopefully. But we got plenty of cold dollars for you guys and gals out there. We're buying them at $22 a pop, and we're selling them at $24 a pop. So, a tube of them is $480. So if you're interested in cold dollars, we got them. Not changing anything there. New to the scene, maple leaves. I think we got 15 or 20 tubes in from a dealer yesterday or the day before. We're still processing them. We buy foreign silver, blast white, retail friendly tubes at spot plus 50 cents per ounce, and we're selling them at the spot price plus $2.50 per ounce. So we're still processing these. We're still getting them live, but they are here in the shop if you're interested in buying them. I think we got 15, maybe 20 tubes of them, and once they're gone, they're gone. We don't stock these. Normally, a dealer just called me the other day up in New York and said, "Hey, can you take these? And here's my price." I'm like, "Sure, why not? I'll try them out and see how we do." What's the reason why dealers send this stuff to us rather than some of the big distributors? Is because we pay immediately. You send your oftentimes when you send product out to the major players, I mean, you can take a week, 2 weeks, a month to get paid. There's a shop here local that's in hot water because now they're going out past a month to pay for a material that has come in and they actually have in their hands, and they're still taking over a month to pay for it. So that's not a problem here. And that's why a lot of dealers throughout mostly the eastern part of the United States, I'll say, reach out to us and offer us deals on bullion because they know they're going to get paid same or next day. So that's why we get these kind of opportunities. It's not that our rates are, our purchase prices are really any better than some of the big players out there. It's just that we're a hell of a lot faster. That's all it really is. So it works, and it works to this shop's benefit, and it works to your benefit as stackers, speculators, whatever you want to call yourselves, because you guys get offered deals at better prices. So what do you think about that, Tim?
That sounds good to me.
Sounds good to you?
Got a few notes to add in later, though.
What's that?
On the American Silver Eagles, they are going to be random dates.
Well, yep, solid, just like I said, solid date tubes, blast white material, but Tim is right. The tubes could be different years. In fact, they will be different years. I can't guarantee any specific year, just that the dates in each tube will be the same. So like this tube here is, what's this? This is a 2012. So all the coins in that tube there will be 2012. That's just, that's how it goes, but you might get a 2013, a 2020, a 2017, whatever. That's a good point. Anything else, Tim?
The Canadian maple leaves are 25 to a tube,
yep,
not 20 to a tube.
Right. Whenever you see the yellow cap or the blue cap on maple leaf products, or Canadian products, I should say in general, they are 25 to a tube. So yes, whenever you see these yellow caps, there's 25. And if you just put them side by side, you can see this is a tube of 20 Silver Eagles. This is a tube of 25 maple leaves. So yeah, we ran into some confusion that with a customer yesterday, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, when you get in a tube with the yellow cap of maple leaves, they are 25 to a tube. So yes, that's a good point. Anything else?
And on the Morgan and Peace, they are going to be random dates as well.
Yes, random dates. These are all common, obviously coal condition coins. There are no key dates in there. We have zero time to go through and sort for dates. They're going to be just straight up random right out of the bins. And it's all mixed together. Peace dollars, 21 Morgans, and pre-21 Morgans. If you call in and ask for Tim, hey, I want to get a tube of peace dollar coals, that can be arranged. That's not a problem. But to say, hey, can you get me a 1924 peace dollar and a 1925 peace dollar, that's not going to happen. So we just don't have the time or the manpower. That's what it comes down to. It's not that we're trying to be difficult or whatever. We don't want to make sale. It's just we have zero time for that. That's the reality of it.
Time has not been on our side.
No.
If not handling a customer, not handling a phone, it's processing or creating boxes and shipping. And
as a boss yesterday, I got a little upset. My coffee allocation was not served properly. So I was a little testy yesterday morning. So because the people that provided me coffee they failed their job yesterday, folks. What do we think about that?
So what do you think about moving a coffee machine into the work area? Anyone want to pitch in on that?
Well, yeah, except we're not turning this into a coffee shop. So,
Good point.
Yeah, nope. Executive veto. So that's not happening. All right. Now, to some more interesting things. Oh, I have to take a permit first. So we've been, on the last couple of videos, we've been asked some questions that I thought I would touch on and see if you guys and gals are interested in answering the questions that several YouTube viewers have put out. This seems to be a pretty popular thing to do with our videos, Tim. So let's do that. So there's a couple questions that we were asked in the last couple of videos that I thought, hey, you know what? This would be interesting to touch on. And this first one was asked 3 days ago. I'm not going to name their name, although you might be able to see it in the thing. And I know this has been a topic of conversation on YouTube land over the last week or two. So this viewer asked, if the price goes to $50 or higher, who is going to be buyers? And he's obviously referring to silver here. So if the price of silver goes to $50 or higher, that's per ounce, who is going to be buyers? The coin shops around me say they do not have the cash flow to pay that much, so who do you sell to? That's a great question. And at some point in time, silver is going to get back up to that plus 30, plus $40 range. It's done that twice in history. It will do it again at some point in time. When that point in time comes, no one knows. Who's going to be buying? It'll go to refineries. So will there be coin shops buying it? Maybe. The thing is that on a personal side of it is it comes with a security issue. So we're already operating at a level where it's like, is it even safe to operate anymore? Gold's over 2,000. Well, it was over 2,000. It's like 1993 this morning. So we're already kind of pushing that envelope. So if silver goes to $50 an ounce, chances are gold isn't going to be 2,000 an ounce. If silver basically more than doubles, you got to think there's going to be a significant increase in gold price. So if that happens, coin shops probably won't really exist as you know them. That's the reality of it, because it's not going to be secure. It's not going to be safe. And everything will 100% guaranteed be paid. There will be no cash in a coin shop. So that being said, just understand that if you're a long-time stacker, speculator, or whatever, and you're used to paying cash and getting cash for your silver and gold, if we see levels like that again, I can almost guarantee you as a shop owner, you will not be getting cash. That is it. The old timers who were around back in the day when the Hunt brothers are doing their thing and silver hit $50 an ounce would tell me stories about how they literally would drive their silver out onto the tarmacs at Tampa to load it on the planes to fly it. I guess it was going to Australia to the refineries. And it was like literally a month out, so for payment. So if this happens again, where we get up to these kind of price points, a couple things I would expect. One is everything's going to be paid by check, and you're going to have two different payments, two different rates at which you're going to be paid. One is a right now payment, so that's obviously going to be a significantly depressed or negative premium, or two, a better premium, a better negative premium, if you will, a better rate, but with payment not being issued for maybe a significantly delayed time period. Because if everything is going to the refineries, which will most definitely be the case, that's largely what's already happening now, because there's so much silver that's coming back in across the counter. And you guys and gals, there is so much silver out there. Don't believe there's a silver shortage. There is so much. Millions upon millions of ounces of silver have been put out into just the United States alone in the last 5-10 years. Just like literally hundreds of millions of ounces. So as that's coming back, it's going to be tough for people who are buying it to keep the money moving. So expect those things. $50 an ounce silver, that's going to be interesting. And that day will come. So it will, as it has in the past, it will go back to the refineries. We'll be melting American Silver Eagles again. So it's that's just the reality of it. There was companies back in 2010 when 2010, 2011 when silver spiked, that were literally sending silver eagles to the refinery. So that's wow. I remember one company that was literally cracking out proof silver eagles and throwing it in their scrap buckets just to liquidate silver, because there was so much coming in and there was so much money going out across the counter that literally were melting silver eagles, melting proof silver eagles. So slabs were being broken open. Pre-33 gold, the generic low-grade stuff being cracked out of slabs, thrown in the melter pile. All that was happening. It will happen again. All those low-grade slab, common date pre-33 coins that really have no business being a slab, all that stuff was cracked. Not all of it, but a lot of it, and that will happen again, and it'll just get melted. And so I think that's one reason why there's such a high premium on pre-33 gold right now, is because so much of it has been destroyed over the last couple decades when the price of gold did spike up there. So, anything I should add to that, Tim?
So your magic crystal ball doesn't tell you when that's going to happen?
No, there's no way to know that. Jamie Dimon's crystal ball may know that, but I don't know that. The coin shops around me say they do not have cash flow to pay that much, so who do you sell to? The cash flow is not the issue. Cash is everywhere, people. Cash is cheap. That's not the issue. Banks are literally throwing cash at us right now, so that's not a problem. So next, asked, you've pretty much explained your feelings about silver, but what about gold? Do you think plus $2,000 gold is the new norm, sitting at 1993, or is it just being pushed up by the various problems in the world like Ukraine and the Middle East? No, I don't think 2,000 gold is the new norm. I wouldn't be surprised if we see $1,500 to $1,600 gold again, not in the not so far future. I think we're, $2,000 gold's nice. I like that number. But I think reality is we'll probably see $1,500, $1,600 gold again. I think the Ukraine situation and the Israeli situation can actually help move us towards $1,500 gold, $1,600 gold again quicker, because this is the sentiment across the industry, is if we do get into a major world conflict centered around these, also don't forget about Taiwan, what could happen is, and what has happened in the past, the major players may sell off their gold reserves to fund military, to fund their militaries. And the war effort was what I was trying to say. And if that happens, that will significantly depress the price of gold. That's happened in the past. That's nothing novel. I'm not, saying anything that is not backed up by history here. So that could be short term though. So will we get, if things crank off in the Middle East, Ukraine, Taiwan, whatever, I would not be surprised if we see a serious depression of gold price here. However, short-lived it may be. But $1,500, $1,600 gold, I would not be surprised if we see that in the not so near future. So that answers that, I think. We just the Senate just agreed or passed. I'm not sure what their actual, where it's at, a $95 billion defense package to help support ongoing efforts in Israel and the Ukraine. We're not going to get into what we think about that, but you think about we're not thinking about whether that's right or wrong or whatever, but that money's got to come from somewhere, right? And so, we do own the printing press, so it could come from the printing press, but it can also come from reserves, right? It can come from I'm not speaking just about the United States, but anybody that's contributing to these war efforts. It can come through selling reserves, and especially if they don't own a printing press. So reserves can be oil, can be food, it can be any commodity, right? Gold, silver, whatever. And if those commodities start flooding the market, the price of those commodities will obviously go down, whatever that may be. So that is what I think about that. Any anything I should touch on there, Tim, or was not clear about?
No, sounded like everything was good. So, actually, one thing, in one part you said not so distant future, and then the other part you said not so near future.
So I stumbled over my words there.
Yeah.
So what that means is, what I meant to say is not too long from now. Let's do it that way. Yeah, that was confusing. So good catch there. Yeah, so not so long from now. I wouldn't be surprised if we see gold price significantly less. But that's just my opinion.
Just an opinion.
Just an opinion, people. All right. Another YouTuber asked a question here. This is a long question and makes fun of Tim, so that's why I like it. All right. So it's this is so bear with me here. It's a paragraph. This person states, you touched on something fresh for me. My family supports me while I move cash into bullion, but they have no interest in the details. Hear that literally, I can't stress how often I hear this, literally every single day, people. Hence, I've been composing a document which I will leave in my safe for my wife or daughter in the presumption that one or the other will inherit a fair size stack. Okay, great. I'm going to stop there and we'll continue on with it. But two things here. I think that's great. I think that's proactive. Make sure that along with that document is contact information for the company that you recommend that they liquidate that stack with. And if that company changes, make sure you update that along with the components of your stack. Two, I'm not trying to shit on this person, but this person has their full name attached to the comment. This is the number one thing, folks. Don't let people know that you have this. This is security number one. If you're stacking, speculating, whatever with physical, I don't care what it is, gold, silver, platinum, Michael Jordan cards, I don't care. Whatever it is, don't make that public at all, ever. So you tell one person or two people, like your wife and daughter, perfect, people that you categorically trust, but please don't ever attach your name to that publicly, ever. I mean, like literally, it's almost every day, but at least every third day, we're hearing stories of people who have been robbed, stolen from one way or another, whether it's precious metals, cash, whatever, pickup truck, anything. And a lot of it is just tools. We see a lot of that here. A lot of that is just because people who shouldn't know about things know. And then that's just because as we're human beings, we like to show off our, what we've accumulated, what we've amassed, because we're proud of it. We want to share that with people because human beings are community people, right? We're community organisms. We want to commune with people, but at the end of the day, it's not safe. You're setting yourself up for a bad situation there. So one or two people who you categorically trust with your life should know 100%. Other than that, nobody should know. Nobody. That's what the great part of this business is, why a lot of people want to deal in cash only, is because there's a lot of customers, I don't even know their name. They come in all the time, I don't even know who the hell they are. Can't even, no idea who they are. They come in, they buy a couple ounces of gold, maybe 100 ounces of silver, 200 ounces of silver. Here's my cash. Great, thank you. Have a nice day. Come back again. It's me. I turn into a poo at 7-Eleven. So, Quickie Mart. Who is it? It's a Quickie Mart. Quickie Mart. Yeah, I'm a poo at Quickie Mart. Thank you. Come again. And that's it. So that's and that's the great thing about precious metals and dealing in cash. But please publicly don't put that stuff out there. It needs to be secure. So going back to his list here for his wife and daughter, it needs to be a quick read, right to the point, just what someone needs to know. Agreed? It would be paired with a printed copy of my spreadsheet detailing the contents, their weights, etc. I would love to hear your take on this. I think, speaking from experience, they're going to look at that spreadsheet and they're going to be like, what the hell is this? And they're gonna hand that spreadsheet to somebody like me and the box or whatever that you got it in. We're not going to even look at the spreadsheet. We're just going to start sorting, stacking, counting, and paying based on the current market. I mean, that's great if it makes you feel better, but at the end of the day, I can just tell you, speaking from experience, that's not going to be even looked at. He goes, I would love to hear your take on this. That's my take. Things on the list, call around. So that means go to multiple places. I mean, games can be played by dealers there. I don't know if I really suggest that. I think you as the stacker speculator need to already have that place picked out for them, especially if they don't know anything about what you got going on. You should do that due diligence for them. And if that shop goes away, or that distributor or whatever goes away, you need to update that with the new person or contact information. So I wouldn't put that emphasis on them. Trust me, we deal with people who have lost loved ones every single week, who are trying to liquidate their estate. And oftentimes they are stressed out. They are in a bad spot mentally. They don't want the stress of having to drive around, calling around. They already largely don't understand what they're dealing with. They just want it to be over. So try to minimize that stress for them as much as possible. One thing you can do to do that is to already have the place picked out that you want them to go to, in case of a situation like this presents itself. And at some point in time it will, obviously, right? We're human beings. Don't go to a pawn shop. I don't agree with that at all. Pawn shops have a bad rep. I do business with some major pawn shops across the country. They're pawn shop and pawn brokers. There's some pawn brokers out there that I know that are top in the industry. Very credible people. They don't operate with that reputation of the seedy corner pawn shop, neighborhood pawn shop. There are some legitimate businesses out there who own and operate pawn or have pawnbroker licenses, and they are A+ people in my book. So I do not agree with that. Don't go to a pawn shop. If you got a neighborhood pawn shop that operates in the traditional sense of what people think pawn shops operate with, yeah, that's probably not the place to go to with your bullion. But that doesn't mean that there's not pawn shops out there, maybe even local ones, that are great places to do business with. So I'll strike that statement down. I got a lot of friends who are pawnbrokers, and they always lament this mentality about don't go to a pawn shop. And you know what, though? I understand where they come from, because they are the last line of defense for probably a third of the people in this country when it comes to getting finances. There's an estimated 30 to 40% of the people in this country don't have bank accounts, folks. So how are they going to get cash? Well, they're going to go to a place that will operate in a sense that they can give them stuff of value, and then they can get cash, whether it's a loan of some type or another. I understand, being in the industry, the reputation and the mindset that a lot of Americans have about pawn shops. They serve. I can tell you this: I'm not a pawnbroker. I have no skin in this game, other than they serve a vital part in the economy of the United States, and I can tell you that as someone who is in the trenches. So don't completely shit on them. Call around things on. Oh yeah, and for the loved ones, how to determine the current spot rate. That's a great piece of advice. Make sure you just go on Google before you go to sell. Say, hey Google, what is the price of gold today? Google will tell you gold is right now $1,993 an ounce. That's great advice. Don't sell too much at once to avoid federal reporting. We don't advise people on that. That's not for us to do. There's already going to be tax implications there, so probably ought to talk to a CPA about that. Would love to hear what you would leave in your note to your loved ones. I'm in a little different position. My loved ones already know how to liquidate, so it's not really an issue that we have. If I were to, God forbid, today was my last day, my stuff, whatever's in the shop, they know where to take that and get the appropriate rates and make sure that they're being properly taken care of, so they're not taken advantage of. I bet lots of us have this issue. You're categorically right. Nothing truer ever said. It's stackers. It's their dilemma, right? So what happens with my collection, my stack, my speculation? Yeah. So it's something that all what I want to say here, all goings-ons, proceedings, whatever that involve money should be well thought out from the start to the finish. The easiest part, folks, of speculating, stacking, whatever you want to call it, is buying it. That's the easiest part. You come into a shop like mine, throw your cash on a table, you walk out with your gold and silver, gone. Platinum, whatever. You go on AppMax's website, you throw your credit card or your PayPal info up there. A week later, you get your box. Easy. Not that it's hard to sell, but that's when situations present themselves that you really do got to think out. So buying's easy, selling's easy too, just that there can be ramifications. And last but not least, Tim, it's frou-frou, get it right, ha. That's right. So Tim drinks frou-frou coffee, not foo-foo coffee, like we said the other day. So wrapped in, what are we wrapping in now? Coconut leaves or banana leaves? What are you wrapping it in now, Tim?
Hey, I'm still a black coffee guy.
Yeah, he's lying, folks. I've seen it. It's he was adding something purple into it the other day. No, that's a lie.
I saw pretty colors.
You saw What's going on back there, Tim? All right. So we're open for business. Business is brisk, as you can imagine, with the depression of the price of silver yesterday. I imagine it's it doesn't look like it's going up today. So hopefully we can ride this wave back down under 20, so we can sling a lot of metal. Hopefully we get gold back down to $1,500-$1,600 an ounce. That'd be awesome, and we can sling more metal. If I will say this, if prices do depress significantly, we get back under 20. On silver, we get back to that $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 mark on gold, we'll see a noticeable uptick in premiums. But right now we're holding strong, folks. Buy it up while you can. We appreciate it. You guys have a great day. Thank you.